they said they were shutting down the counting at 10:30 or something, and then they apparently went on till 1 a.m. or something like that. It'd be very interesting to know, where did this batch come from? And was it one of those batches that was uploaded, when apparently the counting had stopped, but actually it didn't? So I don't know. That's just speculation. Of course, I don't have that level of information. I just want to anticipate what some people might say. This is not a case of updating one candidate at a time. We can see from looking at the surrounding batches that Trump did not receive any corresponding entries. So let's just do that quickly. These are the previous batches. Let's look. Trump 53, 71, 74, 54, 10, 50, 23. See, there's nothing. I do want to draw your attention to this quickly. So look, this is saying that Trump got 200% of this batch. So this is where the whole rounding thing comes in. This is why with this data, you can't really do anything useful when there's only that 0.001% jump. Because if you do the range, you'll find that the range will basically be from 0 to whatever. Like it'll be this ridiculously wide range. So that's why it's happening there, because he went up the whole point 0.1, but it could have been way less, or the 0.001, but and it was likely way less than that. It's just this happened to be the one that bumped it up to 3.5. And, that's why it makes for those kind of goofy looking numbers. But this one, so the bigger the percentage jump and the bigger the batch number of votes, the more accurate the data is. But in this case, it doesn't matter because, well, it does. It's good that we have a big enough jump in both measures. But anyway, so let's look at the following Trump batches: 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, and this is the exact Edison data. I just kind of manipulated it to make it easier to follow. 53, 37, 36, 12, 52, 52, 20. Okay, so you can see that there's no corresponding batch for Trump. And so according to official data released by the state of Georgia, and let's look at that data quickly. This is again the data. I just manipulated it a little bit. And it's interesting. It gives the breakdown by election day, absentee, advanced, and whatnot. So obviously, red is Trump, blue is Biden, green is independent. So I want to show you that absentee by mail votes. I did a calculation. B mail. So the county in which Biden got, this is Biden's percent of the mail-in vote in that county, ranked from highest to lowest. So even in the top county, Biden got 86.39% of that mail-in vote, which, I mean, that's a thing to discuss for another time. These crazy numbers in a handful of big Democrat-controlled cities, these crazy ratios and these crazy ballot dumps in the middle of the night. But that's something to discuss for another time. So that makes this batch of votes extremely suspect. Even if we give them every single allowance, we're as generous as possible. We use the minimum number. We use this max. We pretend that this is 100% mail-in votes from the best county for Biden at 86. Still, I mean, that's not going to flip the election if that's, but that's thousands of votes. And that's being as generous as possible. This could be higher, and this could be lower. His actual percentage of the votes could, be lower. It could be lower than this, right? It maybe isn't all mail-in votes, So anyway, I think this data is very strong. It's very conclusive because I'll show you, just to compare for a second, I have other anomalies here. And so, for example, this is the huge dumps in Michigan, 97, 94. And those are strong. Those are very, that's very strong evidence as well that would warrant investigation. But look at the range is a lot bigger. But let's look at, some other ones I thought maybe looked suspicious on first glance, say in Pennsylvania. 92, 93, 94.67. But look at the range again. I guess because the shift is not much and the batch is not much. So the range is actually, so in terms of the range, it's not as as strong of evidence unless we know the exact number. But let's go back to this. We can see that this is extremely uh, strong evidence. And in my opinion, the ballots that comprise this batch should and must be obtained and independently audited. And that means not by city officials. That's another thing. Um, I guess a lot of the accusations coming out would involve a lot of corruption at a local level. And if you think there's none of that going on, then I mean, you've got to open your eyes. So to have the same people that kind of organize the election and whatnot go back and recount and audit and stuff and to say, oh yeah, nothing's wrong, that's obviously suspect. So, I don't know what can be done, but I'm saying this is, and I've seen pretty much I've been following everything very closely. I've seen probably almost every accusation of, irregularities and fraud and statistical analysis. And this definitely isn't the biggest batch. It's not the biggest dump of votes. It's not the biggest anomaly, maybe. But this is some of the strongest and hardest evidence I've seen for a very significant anomaly that I think can't be brushed off by, the kind of one-liners that they use to brush off other things. Oh, it's just mail-in votes. Oh, it's just this community. Oh, they were just doing it in the middle of the night for, whatever, this reason. So it can't be brushed off. So that's basically all I want to say. There were other anomalies I was going to include in this video, but President Trump actually tweeted a couple of them, Wisconsin, Michigan recently. He retweeted a graph. So I'm not going to go there for now. So that's basically it. I just do want to mention to kind of leave you thinking about something. Um, 9 witnesses of the recently completed Georgia audit, including at least one registered Democrat, swore to have seen suspiciously pristine, uncreased mail ballots uniformly and perfectly filled out, almost always for Biden. In one case, a batch of such ballots included 500 ballots in a row, all cast for Biden. So is there a relation between this highly suspicious batch and these suspicious ballots? And a number of these people signed sworn affidavits. They go into more detail about these ballots, and there's definitely something off with these ballots. So um, I think this video went longer than I was hoping, but I wanted to make it clear. I wanted to, make sure that covered all my bases so people can't kind of poke holes in the analysis. So I encourage you to check the numbers for yourself. Let me know if there's anything amiss, but I've checked them a bunch of times. So you know, please share this video. I think this is really strong evidence of something suspicious going on and something that should absolutely be investigated. Thanks for watching.